Hi Krishna, how are you?
Yeah, I am fine, sir.
Give me a moment. Okay, I'm having. Okay, let's start. Do you have any query from previous session? Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Okay.
I hope you can see my screen. Right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we were discussing the DA, Documentum Administrator. Yesterday we discussed the repository and content server, right?
Yes.
On the content repository, we see a couple of useful information yesterday, like how to reinitialize server and uh, there's a one gut login, the login ticket, how to generate a login ticket,
Correct, correct. And also,
and default permission and extended permissions for the owner.
yes, folder security, owner
Right,
permission. Correct.
right. So today we'll see a couple more towards the content server. It was a database yesterday what we discussed. So same server configuration.
So,
Uh,
sorry, sir. Yesterday's that is mm, repository, right?
yeah, it was a repository.
This
Yes.
is for, sir, can you go back if you don't mind?
Hmm. Is a basic configuration. There is a
So,
configuration for
yesterday
repository.
repository, okay, this is considered content
Yeah,
server.
it's a content server.
Okay. Both are, okay, both different, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Repository means log based, content server means uh,
The whole server. I mean, the
both.
complete, yeah, complete content server. So, so here in the first section is just display the information, the name of that content server on the server machine. Host name is the server machine where it is installed.
Okay.
Sometimes it has a it display the IP address,
Okay.
uh, right? And this is a server version, which version of the server, you know. And next is the process ID, on which process it is running. This content server is running. Basically, it's a, you can say it's a dog broker. You know, we had a terms, right? Dog broker and dog base. So it is a dog broker and the dog base earlier that called repository.
Sir, that number and all, it is unique or how?
Process ID is, Windows process on which this uh, thing is running. Windows process.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the process number. Obviously, whenever it is written that ID always be a unique.
The same like port number we are having, right? For each
Yeah,
web servers, one port number, and after this, like what I can say, 1 to
yeah.
100 means one company using, 100 to 200 means one company use. The same way, this process ID also different.
Process ID is a part of Windows system. In Windows, processes are running.
Okay.
Right, that process executes on the particular port. Port is kind of a socket, you can say. Right. So process is a Windows process or Linux process.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So right now it's running on 3272. It might get changed. I mean, if we restart the server and all again execute some, it might use a different process.
Okay.
Installation owner means this DM, this whole content server is installed by the DM admin user,
Okay.
right?
Means whoever user ID is the person name will.
Right. For example, if you install, I'm saying the installation, this whole complete server installation is done by DM admin,
Okay.
right? Domain, because right now we have a no such domain, so that's why it's just taking this host name,
Okay.
right? Trusted mode, it's no,
Yeah, that we already discussed.
right? And same thing, I mean, this information is displayed. I mean, initially, if you log in the application, it display couple of information. It, I mean, same information is displaying here.
Okay.
and dormancy status is active.
Mm,
I mean, this right now it's running.
mm.
Next, reinitialize server. This is the important thing. I mean, on this page, uh, right? This is
So
only the
yesterday also the same option is there, right?
yeah. We had the option for repository in case if we restart, if we need to restart Dogbase,
Okay.
right? Then we can go there and select and restart. And for dog broker, we can select this checkbox and click OK. I mean, it will reinitialize. I mean, restart.
Okay.
Correct. And these are couple of internal information that is taken by itself in Documentum server.
That's our one thing. So yesterday's this reinitialization server. So we discussed about any failure or something. Sorry, any configuration changes to the current server and immediately restart means that can be used. The same option here also. Right?
Right. Same. I mean, configuration if you do, I mean, again, you need to restart both of the server, both of the things,
Okay.
right? Dog broker and Dogbase both. So Dogbase you will restart there by checking that option. Dog broker you can start from here by selecting this. Then okay.
Because name is same only there or here. But what is the difference between that server and this server there?
Yeah, I mean, this is a dog broker, that is a Dogbase. Difference is that.
Okay. Anyhow, dog broker itself saying that connection to the dog base and all, right?
Right,
When we
connection.
discuss first
Yeah,
class, you are told.
yeah. I mean, there's a two different component, dog base and dog broker. So it restart the dog broker and that restart the dog base.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, further more information, Wave server location. It's a server name where this server is deployed. Internally, it use port 80, right? I mean, generally we do not change this. It's default settings,
Okay.
right? Agent launcher, exit, uh, operator name. I mean, these by default it is there.
Mhm.
Server cache size, client cache size. Cache size, I told you the temporary files, right? So how many objects get temporarily be created at a particular time, right? At the client level or the server level. So it is internally used by the server. And what is the important here, basically, and yeah, and this SMTP in for server. For example, if you need to send email through the content server, right?
Okay.
I mean, generally applications send email through the. So here you need to fill up the detail of SMTP server. SMTP is mail transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol. So SMTP, I mean, uh, I mean, you might have heard O365, Office 365.
Microsoft call.
Yeah, I mean, so you need to ask this detail from the SMTP team. They will provide you the IP address of this SMTP team. You can put that IP here, and it starts sending email.
Okay.
Right now, I have just put a local host because I do not need to use this send email from the application.
Okay. So we need to ask that Microsoft
Right, Microsoft team for this SMTP server detail.
means separate team will be there for that.
Yes, of course. Like a
Like
net.
you said, the LDAP
Yeah,
active directory.
similar to the LDAP, there's a SMTP things. They manage the SMTP or email or I mean, generally Office 365 team do these things. So I mean, you can ask the SMTP server IP from that team or Office 365 team. They provide generally these details.
Okay. Okay. Sir, that above these things and all, this checkpoint interval, keeping interval and all, what is it, sir?
It's an internal thing. I mean,
The default.
yeah, it's by default it comes. I mean, this
Like,
default client one page, OS code page. You might not, I mean, it's basically part of database settings,
Mhm.
right? I
When
mean,
it comes to
how the database do this, things, how the database do the caching and all internally with interacting with the content server. So even generally, I mean, it will not, you are not allowed as a administrator. It's a part of technical team. They might, even they do, even they also do not use change it, because it's by default things. Server OS code page, right? Turbo backing store, they use it generally. So
okay. Modification comment is different.
yeah, I mean, and next important thing is this, I mean, what is your part? I mean, generally, authorization setting. Here it is inherit permission set from. So you'll see there is a three things: user type folder, user type folder. So for example, I told you during the ACL section, session, if you create any document, I mean, any document, upload any document, by default system apply ACL on that particular folder, particular
Yeah, the
document or
system
particular
having
object.
one thing, user having both are the system creates that 4 5 series.
All right. I mean, it create a ACL and apply on that document.
Oh,
Even later on, we can change it,
yes.
right? So even we can make system which ACL that system use by default,
Okay, okay.
right? Which permission set should be inherit from, either from folder,
Sorry,
either
one
from
minute. 1 minute. Sorry, I got to call. Hello?
yeah. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
Okay,
got the
no
call.
problem, no problem.
Yeah.
So permission inheritance. If any object gets created, it should inherit permission either from user, either from type, or either from folder. Here we can set. So whenever the document, I mean, if we select user, right?
Yeah.
So what ACL is applied on the to the user, the same will be applied to that object. If we take type, so what is the ACL is applied to the type, same will be applicable for that particular object.
Okay.
If we select folder, so by default system will take permission whatsoever applied on the folder from, will take from the folder, and it will be inherited to that object as well, right? So
Okay.
default setting is by folder,
Okay. Okay.
right? I mean, for example, if you are creating any object inside one of the folder, so by default whatsoever permissions are applied to the folder, same will be reflected on document, or particular object,
Okay.
right?
So, okay, got it. So, why they give an additional option user and type means if there is any user specific document, then user type.
Right. I mean, user and type. I mean, you don't want to inherit permission from the folder itself. Let's say you want all the legal documents,
Okay,
they should have a particular default permission.
okay,
That time, I mean, there is a legal cabinet there, multiple folders are there, but you want that permission should be inherited from a particular type. For example, all legal documents should have a same default permission. That time you have to make it type here.
okay.
Got it? If you want only one, I mean, whatsoever document we are creating in the folder, same permission applied to all those documents that have but that particular folder has, right, inside where we are creating an object. Next is a default alias set. Alias set, I told you there's a placeholder, right?
Yeah, starting you said it is a placeholder only, but only one question my side is alias usually represents the meaning of the other name. Like
Correct.
example, I can say my name is Krishna. Some people they are calling some short name or some nickname.
The-
Yeah, here that alias means the same will come or different.
no, no, name is not. See, just name. Refer the name.
Okay,
Uh, right. Let's say administrator. So
okay,
here we can take alias set as administrator. So uh, I mean, either Krishna is administrator. I mean, if Krishna is there, Krishna is administrator. I mean, administrator is a placeholder. If Krishna is there, Krishna is a administrator. If some new person came in place of Krishna, that person become an administrator. So right
this
now,
just carries that placeholder.
yeah. So administrator is a kind of a placeholder. We are not hard coding this thing by Krishna. We are saying that Krishna only can able to log in. No, we are saying administrator can log in this application,
Oh, okay, okay,
whether this is the Krishna or any XYZ.
okay,
So
okay.
so here we can what define, we can define administrator. I mean, we create one alias set as the and we put the name of that alias set is administrator and select here. So if whatever the user will be there, it will replace that particular user. I mean, for example, if Krishna is active, Krishna will be replaced by that. And if I mean Krishna is inactive, whatsoever new user there, that will be replaced.
Okay, okay, okay.
Enable LDAP server. You know, so here we can enable or disable the LDAP server. I mean, sometime we want and we don't want to sync. I told you, LDAP where we do create a users and you all, because generally what happens, we do not create users in the Documentum application, right? All the users get synced from the LDAP side. So in case if we don't want to enable that LDAP server. I mean, sometime for a time being, okay. Further, we do not want to give access to any other one, because what happens if LDAP is synced every day, it sync from the LDAP side, right? I mean, let's say every day if user is joining organization, they will be added to this uh, Documentum, right? So if we want to disable it for a particular time period or for a temporary basis, from here we can do this.
Sorry, sir. Unable DLL server. So temper. Oh, could you tell?
Temporarily disable LDAP syncing,
Okay. Synchronizing.
synchronization. So you can disable synchronization from LDAP to Documentum.
Okay. But what is the use, sir? Like,
Yeah, See, sometimes, as telling you, I mean, sometimes we don't want to give further access to application.
Okay, okay.
I mean, from here you can stop. Otherwise, by default, Documentum every day will sync from the LDAP.
Mhm.
Your sync job will execute every day or your scheduled time period, and it will sync from the doc, from your LDAP to here.
Okay. Feel like is any disadvantage is there for that everyday thinker?
No advantage. I mean, see, I mean, it's they have just given to stop. I mean, right here you can stop. If you don't want to, just leave it blank.
Because any option is there, there should be some purpose to stop.
Yeah, the purpose is there if you want to stop. I mean, if you want to disable it, the things. I mean, there's a five options there to enable the things, but there's no option there to enable. Right. So here you can disable, or apart from it, for example, you have a two LDAP servers. Let's say you want enable one server, disable another server, disable one server, enable another server, or you can say you are connected with multiple domains. You
Okay.
want to add further domains, right? Let's say sometimes company acquired different companies, right?
Yeah.
So if they acquire another company and they want to onboard those employees in Documentum as well, how
Mm.
would they do that?
Yeah.
Right. So this is here the purpose of it. You
Okay.
can just, I mean, because let's say I take example, right now TCS just acquiring Accenture. Let's say I think Accenture or something.
Okay. Okay.
So what they will do, I mean, it is not like that they will just change the domain and everybody they will have a TCS tag. Let me give you one more example. So Mahindra, there was a
Satyam. Satyam.
Satyam, right? So Mahindra Satyam is there right nowadays. I mean, it is not like that they changed everything. The basic infrastructure is there, the same what the Satyam has. What they did, just they added Satyam LDAP server from here.
Okay.
So since Satyam people also have access of it,
Oh, okay. 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 Now it makes clarity.
right?
Yeah.
That's login ticket yesterday we discussed, right? From there, you can enable or disable the functionality, right? In the dog base, the same login ticket option was there, but from there you can enable or disable the functionality. But from here you can expire the things,
Time limit. There
time
only
limit.
yes or no, like disable or enable. But here it will give much more
Yeah,
time.
maximum and by default. I mean, whatsoever. I mean, if you say the maximum login ticket expiration time, I mean, maximum the ticket will last for such time period, and after that it will expire. And by default, after 5 minutes, the ticket will expire. I mean, it's a default one, and it's a maximum. By maximum, it can stay up to this minute. Are you getting this 2 points?
So maximum login expiry time means so that when we can set up to how much time we can.
I mean, you see, by default, it's for, I mean,
Mandate timing as per the company norms
yeah,
or
I mean, this is a by default. It's a by default. Though generally this uh, here you can check 5 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. I mean, it's too much, right? 43 for 1,200 minutes. It's a default
so
one.
we have explained that. So if you are keeping active for that login time, there will be misuse or something.
Yeah,
So
even you can do 1 minute. I mean, maximum 1 minute or 2 minutes. They do that.
yeah, by default setting, it will allows up to 43,200 minutes.
200 exactly.
Yeah, so okay, got it.
two
Application.
things: application access and super user access.
Okay.
So for example, there is a person who is non I mean there is a two type of user. I mean generally, I mean don't relate it with that. Just in the documentum there is a two type of users. One is a super user and rest. One is a super user and rest, right?
Okay.
So sometimes, I mean, it's not a business. I'm a functional level. I'm talking. I'm right now. I'm telling you the you know
Concept.
technical level. I
Mm.
mean, functionally, business can design out what kind of user. I mean, on technical, I mean, there's a we have a two type of user: super user and uh, super user and non super user, right? Super user and non super user. So we can restrict access of non super user. We have a one option by which we can, I mean, for example, you have your laptop, right?
Mm.
And though you have a credentials,
Mm.
I mean username and password,
Yes.
still we can stop your machine to log in with the documentum.
Mm.
I mean, right, we can say this machine cannot, I mean, the request from this machine cannot log in into the application,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right? I mean, from this laptop or from this IP address, uh, people cannot log in,
Okay.
right? I mean, sometimes if you see that this is a suspicious one, so you can, so if you do this checkbox, right, there's after checking this checkbox, there is an option where you can disable the access of application to a suspicious user,
Connection
right?
to the supervisor must be accompanied by valid application access.
Non super user, I mean, right, I mean non super user cannot log in if this app,
The application required
yeah, this application, I mean you can say,
to access that application, valid
right, I mean we have a, I mean in our phone call we have a blacklist, right? We can
application.
blacklist any caller. So this is the option, you can say this is a blacklist option. You can blacklist any of suspicious IP address to access the documentum application,
Okay. Okay.
right? Next is super user access.
So usually it will be enable or disabled.
It's the same thing right now. It's whatsoever you seeing, these are the default things.
No, no, no. In that real time, it should be.
It's, I mean we do not change it. It's by default. It's a default, I mean we carry these default settings.
And means I mean to say whether we can tick that checkbox or not untick that checkbox.
I mean, it is unticked. Generally, I mean, generally we do unticked because we have a couple more options
Mm.
for following this. I mean, we do not do it at content server side.
Folder level you explained like
Uh,
authorized access pretty. Folderism and content level.
that's a different thing. Again, you are mixing this. I'm saying you cannot even you cannot use this URL.
Okay, URL level. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, folder you have a access of the application. You
Yes.
able to log in, but you cannot log in into the application if I I mean disable the access
Then
from
what?
here.
First of all, that login itself it won't go.
Right, I mean your credential will not work.
Means invalid is invalid credential.
I mean, correct. So they will ask you, I mean you are not, you do not have
You
a
are not having authorization to have
you're right.
application,
This is easy.
right?
And another option is their super user access,
Okay.
right? We can stop super user access by a login ticket. If you click over here, then super user has to provide their password every time. If you remember yesterday, I in place of password I
You take
provided.
that this API code and
Hmm,
added that pasted it
right.
in the
So yeah, so I mean if after clicking this, if I click this, So I mean super user cannot use that API code as a password. They has to give their password to
Mhm.
access the application.
Okay.
So what is the use of it? Because super user is a very
Highest privilege.
sensitive, yeah, very sensitive to the application. He can do anything. I mean, he has a lot more right. He can delete anything. He can change anything in the system. So from here, this super user access, we can restrict super user. Because if if someone, because the real super user know the password.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say there's a two super user, right? There's two super. So another super user can log in on behalf of one's first super user, because we have a facility.
Yeah.
So right, he might if he don't know the password of that super user one, they still can log in, right, by
Yeah.
that API.
Login ticket.
But if this checkbox is there, so super every super user has to use their credential to log in. They cannot use the login ticket.
Okay. Okay. Got it. This also kind of control without
Correct. Yeah,
without taking the password of this thing, another super user. It will
correct.
that another thing is related technical, right? Threads and maximum content, system shutdown time, and the asterisks are there, right? Red color.
Uh,
Flow agent threads, maximum iteration.
yeah, I mean these all, I mean I mean we do not need to change it. Workflow isn't thread maximum content migration. I mean it's performance related settings,
Performance related.
right? I mean
Yeah.
agent thread, how many threads, I mean I don't know whether you know the thread
It
is
is a group of statements, right?
right. So how many statement will I mean it's very minute level. I mean if you very detailed level, thread concept is there, how many thread will use. I mean if you put 4 instead of 3, it impact to the performance of the system, right? I mean so let's say, I mean if I ask you, you have to run you have to uh, let's say, uh, I mean right now, you have a 10 minutes and you have to do any work within a 3 minute,
Okay. Okay.
right? And if I increase the work,
Okay.
I mean if I increase the workload, definitely uh, your performance, your individual performance will get degraded,
Okay. Okay.
right? So it is a CPU performance, you can say. Thread is a basically CPU performance.
Okay.
CPU,
Maybe
right?
I got confused with this thread name and that.
No,
Like,
no, I mean this again it's a very very technical, I mean very detailed in technical.
no, correct. But
Mm,
what I thought is in thread means Java context. There is execution of group of statements.
uh,
That is called as a thread. Thread, sorry. But in this context, I think it will be a CPU based one or uh,
Correct. Even that you are telling you that group of statement, that is also a CPU one. The meaning is the same, because you just you are reading the theory, but the background. I mean, you told me that I mean executed statement. How many statement it executes?
yeah.
So again, how many statement execute means the performance.
Okay, okay.
So thread is performance, right? It could be a Java thread, it could be a Linux, it could be any, but at the back end,
Actually, generic term. So wherever whatever technologies there, I mean, people are using, but the thread word is a common one. So
common one. Exactly, the thread
group
is a
of
common one.
any language for any
Correct,
language or any,
correct.
like a universal term.
Yeah. So I mean maximum how many thread can use. So we do not increase it, or even we do not decrease it. If we increase or decrease it, it directly impact on the performance.
Okay.
Right,
Basically related to CPU.
right, correct. Because CPU maintain the thread,
Okay.
right? There is a basically a memory, your processor basically.
Right.
Processor maintains the thread, which thread it is running and all. So process wise programming, if you do the process programming, uh, that is used where, I mean, this term is for that purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can increase even it is not like that we cannot increase, we in case we increase it, so we have to core CPU, I mean core 4 CPU, core 6 CPU, 8 core CPU. In that case we should have a high scalable system should be there, that particular CPU, right? I mean, based on that CPU we change it.
Okay. Sir, one thing, one more. That network file share means use NFS for file sharing. What is that? That, that is also not relevant, right?
Where it
The
is?
cache size below that network file share. Sorry, file share.
uh, Network file share, NFS or file sharing, um, you have, see, we have a file system, right? this this whole, so if you transfer data from C drive to D drive,
Okay.
we have a one file system. File system means whether they are write on a blocks, or how they do write the data. I mean, again, it's a very much technical term. I mean, let's say it's a one block, they write data in each this box, then this box, then I mean 0101, we have a bytes, right?
Mm.
Of data each written on a bytes like this. So sometime what happen, they write a data on this continuously, and they write data on this continuously.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say there's a 5-bit data, 5-bit. So each bit takes one block, right?
Okay.
After that, if there's a one thing, and it's just, it needs a 7 block, right? So it see that in this segment, let's say, I mean, after filling a 5 blocks, 2 blocks are remaining,
Okay.
but these blocks get allocated continuous basis. I mean, right, here is a 2 blocks, so it will not take these 2 blocks, it will take where the 7 blocks are available, and it store the data like this. So this kind of system called NFS, file sharing system. I mean, how this system use a file sharing. So NFS, CFS, some file system are there, file sharing systems are there. So it is for that purpose.
Okay.
Again, it's I mean,
Technical, isn't it?
yeah, it's yeah, I mean, it's not related to admin, even it not related for this, I should say, even I mean, developer also, they do not change it.
That, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Next is a connection broker.
Okay.
It's a one important thing.
Okay.
uh, in starting I told you one two terminology. One is a LDAP, oh sorry, HA, or load balancer,
Ah,
right?
the availability and load balance. Even day before yesterday also.
Yeah, HA and load balancing, both are the same thing basically, but just difference is that it it ensure that system is highly available. I mean, it should be available at every time, there should be a no downtime. And second terminology tells balancing of the load, it distribute the load between two machine,
Okay.
two or more machine, right? But
Yeah.
both of the case, in both of the case, we need more than one machine.
Right.
I mean, we need more than one server in both of the cases. So how many another systems are there? I mean,
Mhm.
see, if I say we have a system in load balancing,
Okay.
right? So means we have a two content server, right?
Right.
We have a two content server. So if I say two content server means we have a two dog brokers.
Right.
I mean, or IP addresses to IP. So here we add another IP address.
Mhm.
I mean, let's say, I mean, if it is in load balancing, so one request will come to here, another request will come to here, right?
Mhm.
let me give you one more example so that you will understand. Suppose our system in load balancing,
Okay.
right? And this is a banking software. Let's say banking software. Krishna is one of the user, right? Krishna, you know, I mean, send one request to deposit $100, $1,000. I mean, let's say he just send a request to deposit $1,000, right? For this request went to this one and it successfully deposited. Let's say next request goes to this server.
Okay.
If this server doesn't know, if this server is not sync with the server A or server this server, then what is the use of it? I mean, if this server does not know that Krishna has already deposited the $1,000, so
Okay.
what is the use of it load balancing?
Okay.
Are you getting my point? What
Correct.
I'm trying to say.
Correct.
So both of the servers must be in sync, right? I mean, they should know what has done previously with this request,
Right.
because in load balancing, what I'm saying, first request goes to this, second request goes to this. It is not like that a user one request or user two request. I mean, user one request will go here and user two, not like this. First request will go here, I mean, it might possible. If you log in the application, login request will go here. If you then further immediately check out document, checkout request will go here, check-in request will go here, version request will go here, like this. The request gets distributed, but both servers are sync, so they know each other. I mean, they know what has done with previous request, or whole system, what is having or what is happening with the requests, correct?
Yes.
So I mean, to make in the sync, you have to add another server from here. Got it?
Yeah.
You click over add here and add. I mean, if you add, you have to put target hostname, port proximity, and like this, and status whether that enable or not enable.
So this one is a mandatory field to add this.
Right. Port number and target is a mandatory thing.
No. That I got it because wherever that asterisk is there, so we need to add it. No, that addition of the this server no for this. So is it mandatory? This
I mean, you are saying this target this one.
target date host. So you are clicking that add. So you have explained also like for the load balancing and all. So in real time also we need to add, must add in the production.
Yes, I mean, I mean, this always you see the in production environment.
Yeah.
Always, if you, I mean, if you open this configuration in your production environment, you will see the server information here.
Okay.
Because always servers are in, load balancing or high availability mode, HA mode.
Yeah.
So yes, that, I mean, this information because, but the UAT and dev, we do not have this kind of settings.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, generally we do not do that. Only the production server on the HA or some in such a mode. So we add this. Here there is the one term proximity.
Proximity means distance, range, or no?
Right. I mean, proximity is kind of, request kind of how the request is get distributed.
Mm,
Right. So basically, if for example, if you say that, I should say, let's say distribution. I mean, there is a one protocol round robin, round robin. What it do? Let's say yours. I mean, we have a. Let me take you one example. I mean, let's say we have a four servers
okay.
in a round robin function.
Okay.
Then how the request will go, right?
Either we should go through this sequential manner.
Right. I mean, let's say if five requests are there. First request one, request two, request three, request four. Then again request five, six, seven, eight. 9, 10, 11, 12, like this. So this is the proximity. I mean, first proximity, second proximity. I mean, it checks like this,
Okay.
right? So
Sequential.
yeah, I mean, so we have to set the proximity value, first, two, three, four. It check that sequence and sends a request like this, right? I mean, first, second, third, fourth, each request. I mean, you cannot see that request is what. So, for example, I mean, what does it mean by the request? See, I click over here, one request. I click over here, second request. I click over here, third request, fourth request, fifth request, sixth request, seventh request. These are the requests. I mean, whatsoever I'm doing it with the mouse, these all are the requests, right? It is happening through the communication. One request goes to that. I mean, it is too much fast. That's why we cannot observe, but it is kind of request and response, request response. I mean, we click over here, request went to the server, server processed it and responded it, and the page got opened. Right. There's a network locations. Right. Same to uh, connection broker. If we have a multiple connection broker, similar to that, we can add network locations. Right. You might have heard about the federation.
Yeah, federation.
Right. So, I mean, connection, I mean, network is, I mean, this network location ID is provided by the network team,
Okay.
right? So, here we can add those network locations where our server is hosted.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, sometimes, we define the locations at which location our servers are hosted. So, but nowadays we have a clouds and all. So, in case of cloud, we have a different. I mean, we can define a different zone on the cloud where our servers are actually hosted. For example, your servers are there in the US. Your servers are in, some other regions, right? Here you can add the network location ID. So this location ID is provided by the network team.
So we need not, I mean, admin can do it.
Yeah, I mean, tell them that where's the server. I mean, whenever we ask them to provide a server, provide, I mean, they just provide you operating system and all. I mean, they provide you IP address, network locations and all. There you just put, I mean, initially we request the network team to provide such details and all. This is a one internal application, app servers. We have a one more terminology, Java method server.
JDP, sorry, J.
Java method server, JMS.
Okay. Okay.
In content server, I mean, so far we have discussed two things, right? One is doc broker and dog base, right? So far we have discussed dog broker and dog base.
Correct.
We have a third component as well. That component is called Java method server, JMS.
I think it's we have not.
Right.
Yeah. Not,
JMS. So what is the role of JMS? The JMS executes workflow, lifecycle, method, jobs. These are executed by a Java method server.
all.
And other operations like checkout, check-in, versioning, such operation is managed by dog base only.
The critical steps in the.
Yeah. Apart from dog base, we have a one more server on the content server that play a role to execute workflow, lifecycle, jobs, and methods. Fourth thing, whatsoever related to Java, I mean Java code, that execute by the Java method server. Java method server, JMS.
Okay.
So when you install, this comes by default. I mean, here we do not do any entries, right? But we can modify and change it. Modify in the change it, because sometimes we need to change it to the IP address or like this. We can change it, but these comes by default when you install a content server, right? Do method, do BPM, do mail. These are the internal applications, right? Do method to execute method, to do BPM, lifecycle and workflow, and mail for sending an email. I mean, right? I told you that is executed by the Java method server is what? Methods, jobs. Method or jobs is taken by do method. Workflow lifecycle is managed by do BPM, and email and other activities done by this mail, right? I mean, these are the default application.
Is there any custom-based, something, I mean,
Sorry.
custom-based anything that add means you can add it here or not? Like a network or connection broker you have added, right? So here we need not to
Yeah, I mean, we do not add it. I mean, it's by
do
default. I mean, these three things by default come. If you want to
it.
add more or edit in the sense, see, right now I have written server name, or I need to change port number, because these are the by default 9080 default port. In case my organization does not allow me to use default port, they want to change the port, right? So here we can change. That's why the option is there: add, edit, remove.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm saying,
Yes,
uh,
I got it.
hmm,
So what happened is just click that add button.
nothing. Just it will ask you name and URL.
So how to change the port means?
Click on this, edit it. Here, yeah, instead of 9080, change it
Add it in model.
7070.
Okay, got it. Even that functions also we need, I mean, not allowed to add. That you are saying, right?
Right. I
Name,
mean,
name and URL.
yeah, I mean, this must be working URL, right? I mean, it is not. I mean, if I click on this, see, Java method server. But basically, it is working. This, after verifying it, we can add. I mean, it is nothing, just an application, internal application that take cares for jobs, methods, workflow, and life cycle, and like this.
Okay, I got it. So we need not add that different name like do method, do BPM, do mail.
No, I mean, these are the internal application. We cannot change it.
No, no, no. I'm not changing. To add that the other names also, it will not allow me.
No,
Custom
it allow. I mean, here you can say new. You can do this new, but and
URL.
HTTP URL. Here you can add, but it will not work, right? Because
So that
you
we
have
want.
to, yeah, set up whole application internally.
Oh,
Um,
usually real time also we need not.
we do not do this in real time. We only use it,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because only we have a workflow and all this taken care by these things
By default.
by default, right?
Okay. Okay.
It's also again, if we are using any cast, additional cast type, we use it. Even, I mean, any object, here you can, I mean, whatsoever object type we have, you want to add in cast type. Generally also we do not do this anything, but the purpose of this, what happens, type, whatsoever type is, if you access the type, it download the type in a user's memory,
Okay.
user's machine memory,
Okay.
in kind of cache.
Okay.
I mean, for example, if I access webtop link
Okay.
and I started using uh, legal document, I have to upload legal document. So when I use the type legal, the whole configuration will be downloaded at my local laptop.
Okay. Okay.
So and after that it will query from laptop
Okay.
to make it faster. It will not query on the database and all. I mean, at certain, up to a certain limit, it query on the cache folder.
Okay.
See the architecture downloaded in my local system, and whatsoever I want, I mean the information I want, it will fetch from the downloaded settings whatsoever downloaded in my local laptop.
Okay.
Right. Again, I mean it's a kind of technical thing. It is done through to make performance of the system, so that the system performance should be a faster. Right, this all. So, I mean, what is the important here? I told you, this load balancing part, and rest in this authorization setting part.
Cache type we are not using.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are not, I mean, we always take this default settings.
Locations. Okay. Locations. Okay.
Yeah. In the location again, we have a by default locations where these applications are there. Right, assume user. I mean, we have a this utility there. For change password, we have a utility here. So from here we can see where is the utility.
Mm.
Yet, I mean, log files are there in this location. Right,
Yeah.
temporary locations are this. Right, these are the blank. We signature check utilities there, authorization plugins are there.
So what is those, sir? Like,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
means few are like familiar. Those like
yeah, I mean, here you just check the things where the things are there. Right, again, these all are the development kind of work. uh, like, if you have to change password,
okay.
change password of what? Change password of database. Did change password of installation owner, for example. See, we have a password protection policies in the organization nowadays. I mean, everywhere. I mean, our password gets expired within a 3 month.
Right. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
So how to change that password in installation owner? Because let's say if the password got expire, it will expire. I mean, further, if you need to change the password at the documentum as well, otherwise it will not allow you to log in.
Correct.
uh, Correct. So how to change the password?
Okay.
Right. So this is the utility here. Change password UC, click on this. It will give you a pop-up. You just put the password, old password and the new password. After that it will change in the system. Right.
Next data events and also
Here where all the logs get generated.
path.
Path is where this utility resides.
What is the okay events? Okay. Okay.
See documentum DBA. I mean, if you go see documentum DBA, this utility. I mean, here it is displaying a location only.
Okay.
The path means the location where it exists. Right. The DBA logs. See documentum DBA and logs. You can check You can check logs here. See DB and documentum DBA logs. Also, after the year, I will cover in the one of the session we will discuss the content server. I mean, how the content server look like, what all are the folders and all. There you will get some more hands on it. I mean, more idea of it. this installation, I mean this folder, I mean this path, see Documentum DB, the paths are there. How to install, because I have to tell you that how to install, or sorry, how to start and stop the servers. That's a part of, and the sequence of which sequence you should follow, starting and stopping, both in Linux and Windows. That I will cover. That also will give you a more for
Correct.
this, all these things. These, I mean, we will go into the DBA folder. I will demonstrate you what all our files are there. Similarly, I mean, how to check logs, how to deploy the deployer means the package, how to create a package of Documentum, and how to deploy those packages in the system. So there you will get, I mean, same things. Yeah. Far storage kind of, generally depend on the file storage, basically. Storage setting, if you want to more storage, you can add a storage over here. I mean, sometimes what happens, uh, let's say we have a C drive, D drive, E drive. I'm just giving you example, right? So we create storages, right? D storage, uh, storage, D storage, E storage. Similarly, in Documentum, we store these documents at network locations,
Okay.
right? Network locations,
Okay.
storage I'm talking about, right? So here you can send storage, you can add the storage. See, file store 01, right? So how many stores are there? You create and select, right? Even that, how to change. I mean, if you remember, I told you that how to change storage. If, for example, C drive get full, if you want to change it to D drive so that your content should move into the D drive, L- like I mean, I will explain. One of the day I told you this,
Yes,
just
there,
higher level.
admin, but you are not displayed. Sorry.
Yeah. So we will discuss. I mean, this is storage and all. We will see. I mean, it's a part of this admin
Okay.
in DA. We have this option. See, storage somewhere. This is storage. We'll cover this and on this.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right. This is a repository and content server. Right. Right click properties, connection broker. This. We can check over here. Right. Right click
Okay.
whether the content server is running. I mean, as a day-to-day activity, we have to check. I mean, how would you verify that content server is working? Okay. We cannot wait until user escalate any issue or raise the problem
Correct. Correct.
in the
Yes.
morning. I mean, let's say
We have
if,
to manage. We need to
yeah,
manage.
I mean, it's a health checkup is a part of activity or a day-to-day work of administrator, right?
Okay.
So how you can check the health of system? First, you I mean this is, though I will tell you couple more ways as well how to do that, but right now I'm telling you one way. You, by checking the logs, server logs, right, we can check the server is okay or not. I mean, if any error or any issue is occurring, it will captured on a log, right?
Right. Right. So
So
most
here,
important.
yeah, here we can say view server logs. You can click and check log here,
Okay.
correct? I mean, I have some issue in my system, maybe, I mean, so let's say, I mean, this is not available, means we have some issue,
Okay.
right? So we need to take care for this. I mean, what is the issue? We have to work on it,
Mhm.
right? So right click here, you can check the logs. Otherwise, I mean, again, I'm going to tell you a lot more ways how to do the system health checkup, because systems, s-
Yes.
right?
That's the
But
problem.
this is the one way we can check.
Okay.
Right click, go to the content server, and here you can check the server logs, right? View associated index queue items. Index server we have discussed, right? What is the index server? Index server.
Mm.
Can you recall what is the use of index server? Indexing, explore.
Explore, you mentioned that is for searching of the document.
Correct. I mean, searching a document because I told you that it index the object at the index at the explore server,
Yes, sir, yes.
right? I mean, how many objects are indexed? They only will be able to. I mean, we only able to search those objects.
Correct.
Otherwise, other objects that they are not indexed, they will not. I mean, will not able
Yes,
to search or not be searchable.
yeah. Unable to search.
Right. How many requests are pending for index? Here you can see, right? So there is no queue, items in a queue, right? It display how many items are queue. Are you getting my point? I mean, for example, 100 objects are indexed, but couple more objects are to be indexed.
Okay.
It will display over here,
Okay.
or some more objects has some issue to be indexed. So even you can check the the reason of why that object is not indexed,
Okay.
right? Index queue display here. I mean, it, so basically it is showing, if you see, if I click over here, index management, right? Administrator index management. Basically here also we have a option index management. If you look at here, basically it is opening this, by default is opening this.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have a one more section here. Even we can check from here as well, and though we can check from indexing management as well, right? And here you can delete the content server as well. I mean, in case you want to delete, because I have logged in as a DM, super user, so I have an option to delete as well. So everything gone in when if I delete it. That is why super user account is not provided to anyone. I mean, anyone can misuse it, right?
Correct. Correct.
Next is a federation. Federation, I told you what is a federation. Federation means, let me uh,
Federation, I saw that object name was maintaining all versions. DM Federation.
no, federation is not like this. Federation is this. See, let's say we have a four content server,
Okay.
right? Four systems, whole independent content server. It is, let's say it is in Europe. It This is in US. It's in China.
Sorry, sorry, I told wrongly. Federation means it's a kind of regulations,
Right. It's a kind of regulations. So
country based, sorry, region based or that. What is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem. I mean, I'm just describing.
okay.
See, we have a four regions like Europe, US, China, India, right? We have a four content server and they are at different location, right? If Indian people, I mean the person has to see these records, are they able to see? No, because there's no dependence and no connection of it. I mean, they are interdependent.
Okay.
I mean, no dependency. I mean, they are individual setups. Like, let's say, I'll give you one more example. We have a TCS, right? TCS has an office in India, in US, and in London, right? It's a TCS India, TCS London, and uh, TCS India, TCS London, and TCS US. Just think for a while. Let's say there is no TCS Global is there, right? So if any person has to check how many employees are there, what Indian employee are doing, what employee is doing, or how many documents or users are there, are how can they do this? I mean, if there's no link of it.
Okay. Yes.
I'm saying let's say there is a three US, I mean TCS offices, and there is no linking of each other, right? I mean they are individual units. TCS India is an individual unit. US is an individual unit. So I mean, if India TCS India needs to check how many employees are in US, how could they check? They cannot check, right?
Right. I can't able to check. Yes.
They can't able to check. So what if, I mean, we have these two individual one, right? If we create one global branch, right?
Okay.
Correct. And some of the users who are in the USA and some of our user India, if we connect these individual branches to global branches,
Sorry, I think you have already mentioned. Sorry, I'm getting
right?
first class.
These global branches, so any person who are there can look even here as well and could look here as well, right?
Right, right.
If we want any Indian people, India people can see the US document, what will they, we will increase their role and assign the permission on global branches. I mean, we pick that person and assign into the global branches. So again, I mean, through the global, he can look into the US, right?
Yes.
So this server is called governing server,
Okay. Global.
right? Governing server, and these are the member servers. And we come, I mean, make one federation, right? In the federation we add all those servers and make one server as a primary server or a governing server, rest of the server as a member server. So governing server can look any of the servers,
Okay.
right? So here we add, I mean, if you want to add, I mean, in case if you want to add servers in a uh, federation, click over this federation, new, click on the federation, right? uh, Here we can say add, right? Because right now we have no such kind of setup. uh, you need to add IP addresses and all the things, but like this federation name, governing repository, and connection broker host. I mean, host means what? IP machine, or that location,
Right.
that hardware machine, that, right? So if 10 server, I mean, we have a 10 regions, you can add multiple regions from here, so that a region can be watched by one governing repository.
Okay.
Got it? Even otherwise you can look that first slide, I mean, of that first day PPT, you'll have a more idea of this.
Okay.
We discussed theoretically.
Now I got it. Maybe I got confused with this Chronicle ID and the Federation. Chronicle ID contains all versions of
Where
object.
is the chronicle ID?
No, no, not this one. No, no, I got confused with the.
Okay. No, that, I mean, see, the chronicle ID and these all are the very, uh, uh, I should say, I mean, it is not related to the architecture. It is related to the basic concept.
Oh, okay, right.
This is the architectural concepts I'm telling you right now: connection broker, repository,
I got it. I got
yeah,
it.
federation,
Definitely.
load balancing, higher availability.
Yeah.
Next is a Java method server. This Java method server we discussed, right?
Yes.
I mean, here we discussed that there is a one thing that plays a role to execute, uh, you know, a life cycle, workflow, Java jobs, methods, and all, right?
Yeah. Content server you displayed this. No?
Right. I mean, in the content server, the Java method server is there, and also we can watch here from here, right? I mean, both are the same thing. Both are the same thing, but they display two, three places. I mean, if you look at the 9080 was the same ports there for this.
Right.
So here are the, if you look at the same thing is there, do BPM, do method, do mail, right?
No, that authentication, I think that is.
Yeah, yeah. Java method server servlet URL. So here you can enable, just for information sake it display. Here you can check the settings, right? So Java, even again, I'll tell you how to start, stop the services,
So it
demonstrate
has
you.
also the same options, right? Anywhere, like file editing.
Right,
Yeah.
files, yeah, option is there, even the values are the same.
Okay. Okay.
See, I click on this do method, servlet do method, servlet do method. Right. Next is the LDAP server. LDAP, I told you, for syncing purpose. So what we do, we take LDAP setting, LDAP server information from LDAP team. LDAP, again, like SMTP team, we have a different team who manage this LDAP and all. Right. We just sync LDAP from Documentum. Are you getting my point? So LDAP is a third party application for us, third party tool. So what you need to do, you need IP address. What they do, they provide you IP address, username and password. So here you need to configure, right?
Sorry, sorry, sir. Can you please go back? Okay. LF server. Next, what you have to. Yes.
LDAP,
Yeah.
LDAP. Okay, let's do one thing. You got it right. Content server, federation, Java method server.
Mm.
Yeah, we discuss in a separate session tomorrow, so that you'll have a fair idea. Got it? Is that fine for you?
Mm.
Because otherwise, again, everything will be mixed for up you, right? So just see this session. It's a 1 hour session. If you take the video, just look and recall the things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. It would be easier for you to manage and all.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything apart from it? I will share you the guide, because I just send a request to OpenText to provide me that guide for the latest version, so that I would provide you.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. Once I receive, I'll share it with you.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So whatsoever the question have, keep tracking those questions. Keep start noting down those questions. So
Actually,
at the end,
I haven't noted down as of now that Excel sheet. I need to start right
okay.
because
Yeah.
nobody.
Because some of the question, I think some of the queries what you have earlier might come, gradually. On this discussion, see,
Yeah.
Elia said, if you have query that will be resolved here, jobs method that will be resolved here. Right, storage type and all will come from here, gradually.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.